one of Monday.com's Silver Channel partners in Australia, and today I'll show you how we've created our accounting solution and how accountants and bookkeepers can automate their tasks and their team tasks through Monday.com, especially Monday.com CRM. We now use Monday.com CRM for most of our builds because it allows you that interconnection of tasks and relationships. So what we did is we created this 3-layer hierarchy. A lot of clients think that better to create a board with per client where they then manage all the tasks in an individual board. You run into an issue if you're on a power plan. You run into an issue of number of boards, how many boards you can create, meaning how many client projects, which is only about 20. Depending on how old your account is, it could be 25. Your alternative solution is using Monday portfolios, which allows you up to 200, but that's an enterprise feature in Monday WorkOS. So you either have to be on enterprise or on this. Now, most of our accounting clients have more than 200 clients. This is why we came up with this structure. So first level is the highest level is your active clients. This is where you, as you can see, you start to set up services. This is your client portfolio, and you say, okay, this is one of the examples that we have. So you can see that it says the status is it's an active entity, and here are all the details and what type of client it is. We use this sort of marking shortcut labeling system that shows which columns are necessary to create automation. So those red dots are necessary for automations. Green ticks are automated fields. So you usually would see them throughout the build. So you can see you choose the services that the client enrolled in, and then you choose the frequency of these services. Once that's done, you would then select that it's done, and it will go to the next level down where you have individual services. What you do here is you assign the pricing, so you can do budgeting, any responsible and reviewers of the tasks, the dates and lodgements, because then the system knows when the lodgement is due, when it should be done. So this is where your initial setup will be. First time, for every client is going to be laborsome because you're creating all that information. Just think of it as just data entry. But then going forward, year in, year out, your system will create, Monday will create those tasks automatically. So you can see we've assigned the responsible, the lodgement dates for each different service, how much do we charge client per service, if that's how you work, hours for the responsible and the reviewer, if that's how you work. Smiley faces are nice to have, and a frequency. So then our solution knows what needs to be generated and when. Okay. Now you can see we have this setup view. You can go to different tasks individually. So you see all the tasks, all the services within that type of task. Now, if we go back to that example client, once you've answered all the fields, what you'll do is you hit create tasks, and it will automatically, that's when your first initial workflow gets kicked off, and your task will get created. What this board is one ginormous board with all the tasks for your team from today, 12 months forward. It does sound overwhelming because if we look at the main table that shows all the tasks, you will see all the tasks for that particular client. So there's 31 and ready to begin, but then there are these future tasks that have 80. So you might start to think, oh my goodness, this is so overwhelming. It isn't, and I'll tell you why. Monday, the reason we did a lot of the future tasks is to allow you as an owner and manager to plan the capacity and the budgets and the financials. For your team, they don't have to see those tasks until it's time to kick in. So here in your home view, you can see the tasks based on each individual client, or you could change it using this group by function to the start date. I mean, when should somebody be starting this? And it says, okay, this week is when this task should be started, and it separates by person. And the utilization of dates came from feedback of a lot of our clients. And we would ask you, of how do you guys work? So assuming lodgement is 29th, when is the due date then? And when do you expect the team to start doing the tasks? And when should it appear on the radar and when should they start it? So based on different types of tasks, due dates and lodgements, this is how we will calculate it and set it up. So it's a little bit fidgety at the start, but what you get is you can have a breakdown of what's on everyone's plate this week. Alternatively, what's on for every client. So if we just go back, you'll see here is every client view. Elsevier has all these future tasks. Now, because we're using all the future date tasks, you can then see, first of all, in the calendar, you can see all the tasks due for different clients. You can use the Kanban view and move the clients based on, their capacity, the capacity of the status. You can see that Loki is over capacity this week, so we could move something to next week or even the week after, depending on due dates. So that's how we structure it. All the tasks in one board, allowing your company to look after and create tasks for more than 200 clients. And using the group by feature, you can cluster using groups based on the due date or the client. And there is my view, which is the view of each individual responsible person, meaning whoever looks at it will see their own tasks. If you're interested in seeing more, please book in a discovery call and our sales team will be able to show you this in more detail.